Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we are heading down under, specifically to South Australia.
That's right.
We're going to unpack a city that, well, if you just look at the usual travel stuff, you might think it's just quiet, maybe a bit historical.
Yeah, pristine, maybe significant, but not exactly a global cultural hotspot.
Exactly. We're talking about Adelaide.
Ah, Adelaide. It's such a classic example of, a nickname kind of hiding the full picture.
The city of churches thing.
Precisely. For decades, that's been the label. But what our sources really dig into is what's underneath that, stately colonial architecture.
Okay.
Tucked between the Mount Lofty Hills and the Gulf of St. Vincent, this city is actually, one of the most culturally packed places on Earth, a real concentration.
Right. So that's our mission for this deep dive.
Yeah.
Figure out why Adelaide is such an arts powerhouse. How does it punch so far above its weight?
We'll look at its big festivals, its unique UNESCO status.
And get beyond that church reputation.
Definitely. And hey, if you're thinking about visiting, the best time is generally October to April.
But for the specific kind of cultural chaos we're talking about today.
You have got to aim for Mad March.
Mad March. I love that name. Tell us about it.
It's this incredibly intense, 6-week period where everything happens at once. It's just wall-to-wall events.
That's just one festival then?
No. It's the curated big Adelaide Festival of Arts. Then there's the huge open-access Adelaide Fringe. You've got Wamalaide for world music.
Wow.
And just for good measure, they throw in the Adelaide 500 motor race.
Which, fittingly, even has evening concerts.
Exactly. It all feeds into this incredible atmosphere.
Total sensory overload, I bet.
Pretty much. And it really shows you the two sides of Adelaide's art scene, that kind of duality.
Okay, let's unpack that duality. You mentioned two festival giants running almost side by side.
Yep, the Adelaide Festival of Arts and the Adelaide Fringe.
Let's start with the Festival of Arts. That's the older one, the more established one, right?
That's the one. It goes way back to 1960. And it started with a really specific, quite ambitious goal.
Which was?
To bring world-class, properly curated cultural stuff to South Australia. They literally looked at the Edinburgh International Festival and said, we want that.
So, aiming high from the start.
Absolutely. It was biennial at first, but it got so popular that by 2012, they made it an annual thing.
And the scope is huge, you said. World-class.
Oh, yeah. You're talking major opera, big theater productions, dance, classical music, contemporary music, cabaret.
And literature, too, right? Adelaide Writers' Week is part of it.
It is, yeah. Plus visual arts, new media. It's very high-level curation. It gets serious international attention.
And it's not just about cultural prestige, is it? There's a big economic side.
Massive. Back in 2018, the estimate was a $76.1 million in gross expenditure generated. That's huge.
Wow. And the history reflects that ambition. Any famous examples?
Oh, plenty. Think about staging Peter Brook's Mahabharata, all 9 hours of it, out at a quarry in 1988. Or having David Attenborough show up way back in 62. Or, more recently, that big opera, The Golden Cockerel, in 2022. It's about established high-end culture.
Okay, so that's the established giant. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. You mentioned the contrast with its younger, wilder sibling.
The Adelaide Fringe.
Yes. What's the origin story there? How did that start?
Well, it was basically a direct reaction to the main festival.
Really?
Yeah. When that first festival happened in 1960, a bunch of local artists, smaller acts, found they weren't included in the official program.
So they were left out.
Pretty much. So they just decided, okay, we'll do our own thing. They set up their own shows on the, fringe of the main event, and it stuck.
That's fascinating. So that origin must completely shape how it runs. The Fringe is famous for being open access, isn't it?
Exactly. That's the key difference. There's no curator picking the shows. Zero.
So anyone can participate.
Basically, yeah. If you're an artist, any kind of artist, and you can find a space to perform or exhibit, you register and you're in the program.
That explains the scale then. You mentioned what, over 7,000 artists?
Over 7,000 artists, yeah. And more than 1,300 separate events.
Wait, 7,000 artists?
Yeah.
On a city Adelaide size, that's just staggering.
It makes it the biggest annual arts festival in the whole Southern Hemisphere. And second only to Edinburgh Fringe globally.
Wow. Okay. The growth must have been explosive.
Totally insane. It went annual in 2007, and then in 2023, it was the first festival in Australia ever to sell 1 million tickets.
1 million tickets.
Yep. And that whole democratic vibe, it's reflected in the venues, too. The main festival uses places like the festival center.
Right, the established spots.
But the Fringe, it pops up everywhere. Hundreds of venues, car parks, warehouses, parks, pubs, cafes. They become temporary theaters and galleries.
Like those famous hub areas, the Garden of Unearthly Delights and Gluttony.
Exactly those. They're like these temporary villages packed with food, bars, and dozens of performance spaces. It's an amazing atmosphere.
Okay, but with 1,300 open access events, doesn't that mean the quality must be all over the place? How does anyone navigate that? How does the city even manage it?
Well, that's kind of the point, isn't it? It is variable. That's the risk and the reward for the audience. You might see something rough, or you might discover the next big thing.
So it's a bit of a gamble.
For the audience, maybe a little. But for the artists, especially local ones or people doing weird experimental stuff, it's pure opportunity, a place to try things out.
And the city's role?
The city basically provides the framework, the permits, the spaces, coordinating road closures, that kind of thing. They enable it, and then they trust the audience to find the gems. It guarantees a platform for creativity.
That culture of just popping up, rapid performance, open access, that must feed directly into Adelaide being a UNESCO city of music, right?
Absolutely. It's all connected. The music scene is just fundamental to Adelaide's identity.
And they got that UNESCO status back in 2015. Australia's first and only one.
That's right. And it's way more than just a nice title or a badge for the festivals.
Okay, so what does being a UNESCO city of music actually mean for Adelaide? What's the mission?
The core mission is about using music as a tool for sustainable development and well-being. It's about actively being part of this global network, the UNESCO Creative Cities Network, or UCCN.
Connecting with other music cities.
Exactly. Sharing ideas, creating partnerships, using music and culture to drive urban development, cultural exchange, that sort of thing.
And there's an actual organization behind it, Adelaide City of Music, Ltd.
Yep. A not-for-profit body. And they do concrete things. They work on international links, but also focus on equity within the local scene.
Like supporting specific groups.
Yeah, they have programs like Equalizer for gender equity, and really importantly, initiatives like Give Them the Mic to support and promote First Nations artists.
So it ensures the UNESCO title isn't just about, say, classical music at the festival center. It's about the whole ecosystem.
Precisely. The whole diverse scene.
And you see that reflected in the physical city, too. I mean, live music everywhere has faced challenges, rising costs and things.
Oh, definitely. Adelaide's not immune to that.
But it still seems to have this amazing density of really iconic venues. Places like the Gov, Fee Barton Theatre,
Lion Arts Factory, Jive, the Rhino Room for comedy and music. Yeah, there's a strong network ensuring bands, local and touring, have places to play.
And they're even putting this music identity onto the streets, literally.
They really are. With the City of Music Laneways Trail, it's transforming parts of the city center, celebrating local music heroes.
Like that huge mural of Sia.
Yeah, the Sia Fuller mural, She Imagined Buttons, by Jasmine Crisp. It's massive, right there in a laneway. You can't miss it. It's a bold statement about local talent gone global.
Incredible.
And there are others, like the one honoring the indigenous band No Fixed Address.
Ah, I read about that. By Elizabeth Close, Thomas Reddit, and Shane Cook.
That's the one. And it's actually located in No Fixed Address Lane. They renamed the lane, formerly Lynn's Lane, after the band.
That's a really deep connection, isn't it? Art, music, history, naming the actual place.
It really grounds the musical heritage in the city's fabric.
Okay, so moving from sound to sight, let's talk visual arts. Because that connection to the street seems just as strong there.